Albuquerque, and I've been taking a bunch of flights from Toronto since 5 a.m. this morning. I'm a little bit tired, but it's all new, and I'm on an adventure, basically to find new inspiration, I guess. I've been writing for the past year and searching for different things to write about and moments to be inspired by, I guess. I thought I was gonna cross the river. This is what I got. I was very shocked. Whoa. Whoa. Traversing the desert in New Mexico on my own, but I have my knives with me, so in case anything happens, you know, I've got knives. Day 2 of Earthship adventure. Last night, Emily, one of the girls who works here at the Earthships, took me on an adventure to these hot springs. We drove about 15 minutes down some sketchy gravel road and each got out flashlights and walked along the canyon's edge in the middle of the night until we got to the bottom, and then there's a bunch of naked people in the hot springs. So we got in, you're sitting at the bottom and there's canyon walls up on either side of you, and then just space, and the Milky Way is as clear as the moon. You can see everything. You can see every star and every satellite, and you even saw 2 shooting stars, so it makes you really wonder how much you're missing. I think one of the biggest misconceptions about green living, especially by today's standards, is the idea that you have to give up the luxuries of your everyday life, the things that you love, you know, that make you so comfortable, you have to kind of sacrifice if you want to live green. Well, I've been here in the Greater World community just outside of Taos, New Mexico for the last week, and in that week I've realized that that's all wrong because of this. This is an Earthship. It is 100% self-sustainable, 0 carbon footprint, and it's just the most comfortable little house I've ever stayed in. And I'm going to give you a little tour about how it works. There's 2 doors, and that's because there's an airlock. This airlock creates a buffer space between the temperature outside and the temperature inside. There is no temperature controls within the Earthship. It is completely self-controlled. You control it by vents. You can open up these to let in some air, and it's always at pretty nice temperature in here. And you can grow anything you want. You can grow vegetables and all kinds of crap. The interesting thing about this little garden is this thing. It's a filter, and it filters all your tap water. So all the water that you wash your dishes with, even the chemicals that go into that, your shampoo and your dishwasher soap, they love it. Plants love it, and they eat it up, and they filter it again, and that goes to your toilet, so you can flush your toilet with it. So water is actually used 3 times before you get rid of it and put it back into the environment. We have a little visitor. Don't be afraid. Day 3. Can't do 3 with the pick in my hand. Day 3. I realized I didn't bring a mic stand, and I don't want to go direct because I don't like the way it sounds on this guitar. And I want to mic it. So, if all else fails, try this. Boom! Everything you ever hoped for and more out of a table. I have no problem using these monitors, using my laptop, using everything that I need, and that's all based on solar panels. I moved the table, and now there's a friendship circle in the middle of the kitchen. Even has Apple TV and Netflix, you know, Wi-Fi, the whole deal. You're not giving up anything. That is a vent, and that is outside, and that is another way that this place is heated and cooled. So you can close it up if it gets too cold, if too much cold air is coming out. Third element of heating and cooling this place and keeping it at a really nice temperature is the huge earth berm at the back. And believe it or not, these walls are all made of tires. Each one is a tire filled with rammed earth, stacked up really high, cemented over, and then put a little adobe on it so it looks nice. propane stove. That's the only non-sustainable resource here. Tap has 2 taps. This one is filtered 3 times from the rainwater that's collected in these huge cisterns outside for washing with. This one's actually filtered 4 times so that you can drink it. This is his 4th try. Getting to the top of this window. Let's see how he does. Oh, sorry, buddy. This fridge works directly off DC power, coming straight from the solar panel, so it's a good special little fridge. I'm down to the scraps of my food because this is my last day. That kimchi might smell pretty bad. Day 4, Earthship Adventures. The toad is back, and I think he lives here. Pretty sure. After sundown, he's always like in a new spot in the bedroom or the bathroom, and then I have to usher him out into the greenhouse, and then he somehow always makes his way back in. I don't mind. I think we can live in harmony together, just as long as he stays out of the bedroom. I've been sleeping here for the past while, reading the survival handbook, watching Breaking Bad, and making music. My suitcase always looks like an explosion, and the bathroom is really cute because there's mosaic stuff and like bottles that are reclaimed and used for the walls in here. And that uses the stuff that comes out of the plants. The fence here is also kind of cool, believe it or not. There's all bottles in there, so it's a really good way to get rid of garbage and save on cement. Let's take a closer look. Oh yeah. Cool. All in all, I'd say that this day was probably 30 times more comfortable and safe than I anticipated. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, you're coming to live off the grid, you kind of expect camping or like roughing it, but I even brought knives. Didn't need them, just in case, but I haven't felt the need. Everything is exactly the same as being at home, except you have a bit more sun. It's the only difference. And there's a couple bugs. This is what I think. We live our lives so separate from nature and so locked down and sterilized, and then a bug kind of wanders in, and then we spray it with every cleaning fluid that we can find, and then rejoice that we conquered like a monster. But at the end of the day, it's just a bug. And when you have gardens in your house, the bugs are what's good. You need the bugs. Bugs are good to the environment. So if bugs are the only thing that's keeping us from living a lifestyle like this, I think I can handle that. I think I can handle a couple moths bumping in the wall at night. It's not a big deal. Some of them are more insane. I went on a little tour of some of the other Earthships. One called the Phoenix specifically. You're living in a jungle, and it's a dream.